Can you tell us what's happening with TikTok right now?
Yeah, so the House moved very quickly after some security briefings with the intel
Hmm.
community, the intelligence community. And what they did was they put in place a bill, they voted it through committee and then House very quickly, which doesn't happen, particularly in this environment where everything's been hyper partisan and there's been a lot of fighting between the parties and internally within the
Hmm.
Republican Party in particular. This TikTok bill moved fast through the House, and what it does is it places the onus on ByteDance, which is the owner of the company of
Hmm.
TikTok, and it says that if you do not sell to a U.S. based or domestic based company
Hmm.
or a group of investors and onshore some of that information, then we will mandate that it be banned in the United States. So it's called a ban, but what it's really trying to say is that China, what the intelligence community feels is a national security risk,
Hmm.
that the government of China is tapping into that information and using that information for
Hmm.
harmful reasons and to collect data.
Yeah.
It's trying to stop them from having access to citizens, United States citizens' information. And so
Hmm.
China and ByteDance could decide to divest in TikTok, and it could continue on as a platform in the United States.
Hmm.
If they choose not to do that, then there will be ramifications. The intelligence apparatus of the United States, they're basically saying that this is Chinese spyware that is being willingly loaded on
Hmm.
people's phones and children's phones and then used. And we know that a bulk of the users of TikTok in particular are younger
Hmm.
users, a lot of times minors.
And I read that once you download the TikTok app, stay on your phone, any other devices that are connected to that Apple ID, your MacBook computer, your iPad, it's tracking your activity on all the devices.
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
That's concerning.
And that's why they say it's like spyware, because once you download it, and it also has markers on the internet. So even though I'm not using TikTok and I'm not on TikTok,
Uh-huh.
they could, because there's markers on the internet, they can track me and some of my activity as well.
I just found out today, and you have some insight on this, that TikTok is actually offering a pop up to users. And I'm hearing that it's being served to younger people, not older people, mostly younger people. It's requesting that they contact the representative to let them know that they're not in favor of this TikTok ban.
Yes.
So they've done this previously, right?
That's right. And during the hearings in the House
Mm-hmm.
Energy and Commerce Committee,
Mm-hmm.
House offices were inundated with calls coming in from all ages, mainly young people,
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Don't take away my TikTok. I need this. I will die without this app." And so I think it was a huge misfire by the TikTok people, because what it showed the federal lawmakers and
Mm-hmm.
policymakers that, oh, TikTok has this oversized influence and they can compel people to call in. So it backfired a bit because it showed the power of TikTok and how TikTok will influence young people in particular to take these actions. And unfortunately, I think what a lot of offices, when they receive the calls, when I go in and talk to them, they said a lot of the children and the young adults that called in were
Mm-hmm.
misinformed about what the bill specifically did
Yeah.
and didn't understand, and so they try to spend some time saying, hey, this is what the actual bill does, and this is the language, and there are options. And
Mm-hmm.
no, TikTok will not just disappear
Mm-hmm.
if ByteDance does the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so it backfired on, I think, on ByteDance and TikTok in particular, showing that they can influence and will use
Mm-hmm.
that influence in a way that isn't necessarily being honest.